what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What a way to go live right here, right? It is 9:30. Man, 9:30 p.m. It's we're currently sitting on an on-ramp here to get on I-95, and I noticed. Well, let me put it this way: when you drive for a living, all right. I know these four ways are aggravating as hell. I really need to have them on so it can alert people that I'm sitting over here. You know what I'm saying? But see if we can turn the back porch light on too. And so when you've been driving for a long time, you know when something doesn't feel right. You know, especially when you drive trucks. So when I left the dairy earlier, and I said, man, I felt like this kind of truck was kind of wanting to do something like this right here. You know, I could feel it just barely, you know, like a little wobble to it. I said, man, that don't really sound, or not sound, well, it did sound kind of funny, you know, but I said, that don't feel right. And I've felt that before, and sometimes you think it's just the way the road is, you know, you might be on a bad stretch of road, you know. And so I was like, okay, let's just keep going, right? And because at that point in time there was no cause for anything to be wrong. Hey Jimbo, what's going on, man? How are you? Thanks for chiming in. You're the first one to comment, so you will get a Sally South $100 gift card from Sally South. All right. I just need to make a couple of phone calls to make that happen. So driving along, and tonight I'm heading to. You can see the traffic. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but you can dang sure hear it come past me on this ramp. And I'm heading to Savannah this evening, and I hope I get to Savannah. But anyway, I started feeling like a slight vibration, just very slight, you know. And so I get up here to this exit for 95, and once you get on 95, you got to go about another hour and a half or so till I get into Savannah. And right when I got close to this ramp, man, I could hear it. I could hear the tire right behind me. It's on the tractor on the passenger side, inside tire. I could feel it just start to disintegrate. Like it sounds like if somebody was throwing sand on the back windshield or something. I've heard this many times, and I said, "Oh man, that tire is about to blow." You know, it's been so freaking hot. You know, that's one thing that wreaks havoc on tractor trailer tires. You know, it's just the heat. So I heard it start to disintegrate, man, and all of a sudden, just boom! it just blew apart, man. And then it was a blown tire. When any tire explodes, that is a lot of pressure at one time. It is a lot, man, and it can do some damage if you know. And it's loud. It's like a cannon going off, man. You know. So yeah, it blew, and you know, I had to get off here at the safest place I could pull over, and you know, you gotta get the tire size, and you gotta make a phone call to emergency roadside, and you wait. And I've been sitting here. As soon as I got parked, I went ahead and put my ELD on off duty. I've been sitting here for almost an hour and a half, just just sitting here. So I could have been at I could be almost at my destination right now. I'll be pulling up in there about the next 10 minutes. Be pulling up. Ain't that something? That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? So I'll see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Cause we're not rolling. We're not rolling. We're sitting still. We're good. And if I get a phone call in a minute, I'll have to answer it, and it might pause this live stream because I've already called roadside. Actually, I called him twice, and the guy just called me back about 10 minutes ago, and he says, when I get service lined up, I'll call you back and give you an ETA. This is typical procedure. But the bad thing is, the hotter it gets out here, the more busy the tire companies get, or the tire changing personnel, the more busy they get. And when it's after 5 p.m., it's considered an after-hour service call. So, it's gonna take a while. So, man, I see heat flashing. Let's see if I can show you what's in front of me here. I mean, this is my view right here, sitting on the ramp, and I need to go ahead and put these signals 4-ways back on. I know it sounds kind of like a grandfather clock, but what we're going to do, we're going to try to I'll try to jump out and show you what we're dealing with here. As soon as this is a busy ramp here. People are coming on. Let's see what we can do here. Damn, my back. All right. See if we can get some focus here. Dark. Let's see. Try it again. There we go. A little better. I got my flashlight with me. Plus, I got what we call the back porch light on here. Sorry for the noise. That's the unit keeping the milk cold. You can see where the tire blew. Right there. And when it blew, there was some actual tread that got stuck in this area here. I had to pull it out, toss it over in the grass over there. But luckily, it didn't destroy the airbag, which is right there. I'm shining the light on that. Luckily, it didn't destroy that. You don't want your airbag to be messed up, because that's your suspension. So yeah. So they're going to have to come on up here and jack this up here, take this outside tire off, or tire and rim, take it off, and then take that off, put a new tire on it, and that's what we're dealing with right now. This guy just pulled over right there. I don't know what's going on there. Had another truck pull over a little while ago too. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that it's the heat coming off this truck. It's crazy. That's not what you want to see or deal with out here in the middle of the night. And there ain't really nothing around. I don't know why he pulled over. So if you keep going straight down this way, that's I-26, you'll get to Charleston, South Carolina, which from this point to Charleston is about, I don't know, 40 minutes. Get to Charleston, and like I said, we're on this ramp here, so we're trying to that truck got too close to that guy sitting over and he threw his horn at him. He blew his horn. Told him to get over. Yeah, I had one get beside me, man, real close a while ago. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, Jimbo, yeah. I see some lightning in the sky, man. Yeah. So as soon as they call me and give me an ETA, I have a better idea how much longer I got to sit here. Man. So when a tire blows and it's right behind the cab of your truck, it's very loud. Very, very loud. You can see right here, there's supposed to be a mud flap right here, like you see on the other side. And the pressure from that tire, it just took it right out. So it's laying down the road somewhere down down there. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, we gotta time this just right. Get back in. That was a good time. Oh man! All right, this is a busy on ramp from one interstate to the other. You know. Yeah, that's right, Jim. Yeah, the tread came close to the back glass. Yeah, when I heard it explode, like I said, it's like a cannon going off. Yeah, it was just below this glass right here, just right below that. So yeah, you don't want that going on. Definitely don't want that going on. So this is a part of truck driving that's not any fun, but it's part of the job, man. And like I said, usually don't have these issues in the fall and winter, you know, but in the summer it can get very, very bad quickly. Man, see how close they get to the man. And I'm over as far as I can get in this emergency lane. I can't get into the grass. You know why? If I got into the grass, and then when the tire man gets here to put his jack on the ground to jack up the truck, it's going to sink down into the grass. So you gotta have some asphalt down there, or concrete, one or the other. So when he goes to jack up the tractor, it won't sink down into the grass. You know. Yeah. What is today? Thursday? Well, the one good thing is at least this is going on my last day of the week. If something's going to go wrong, I'd rather it happen on the last day of the week and not the very beginning or middle of my week, right? That would suck. That would suck. So we've been sitting here. See if you can see this. See, it says off duty for 1 hour and 31 minutes. Dave Byron, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Hey Joe, sorry to hear this. Be safe out there. Will a new Ibanez guitar help your mood? Oh, yes it would. Hey, look, I'll be right back. Penske's calling. It's going to pause this stream for a second. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right. All right, we're back. That was Penske calling back. He said that he's still waiting for to get a call back from the tire man that's on call. He's still waiting for them to call him back. And it's, oh my gosh, man. I think the longest I've sat before waiting on a tire to get replaced was 6 hours. And it shouldn't be that way. Waiting to get a tire replaced should take you no longer than 3 tops. You know, no longer than 3. But, you know, could be worse, man. Golly, boy, this ramp here is. Can't really tell them. There they come. Oh man. Oh, it's Deb. Okay. Hey Deb, how you doing? I didn't know. It's y'all kind of share the same YouTube handle there, so I don't never know which one it is. It said, oh, it's comes up Dave. He's rehearsing for our 3 gigs this weekend. Yeah, man. Dave's been doing a lot of y'all been doing a lot of wedding gigs, I noticed. That's awesome, man. Y'all been busy. Y'all stuff is really taking off. That's amazing. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. That's great. That's awesome. I haven't been doing much of anything with as far as music is concerned. In the old house we live in, let me see if I can change this angle first. Good Lord, dude, you want to slow down a little bit? My God, he was going about 60. There we go. In our old house, man, it's my old music room back there. It gets hot. It gets hot back there. And when it's 98 degrees outside, our house struggles to stay decently cool. Even though I got a new roof on it, new windows, a new AC unit, but that house just isn't insulated very well. You know, it's just old. You know, we've done some restoration to it the best that we could, financially that we could. You know, that stuff's not cheap. But the problem is our house sits right in the open. You know, there's a tree kind of to the side of the house, but it doesn't really help when the sun's hitting on the front side all the time, and it gets so hot in that house. Hey, to get to my point, my little music room back there, I don't do much back there when it's really hot, because man, you'll suffocate back there. It's just, and you can't be creative when you're uncomfortable. You know, you're back there and you're stuffy and you're starting to sweat, and it's just aggravating. But yeah, so I haven't been doing a lot of musical things lately. I've had some personal things going on with my body that I had to actually had to go to the emergency room. I guess about 4 or 5 days ago, and get seen by the ER doctor that was there on call or whatever, and then I had to go to a urologist, and so I have to go get some more stuff done next Friday. And I'm kind of at a crossroads right now. You know, I don't know, because I can't, the doctors can't be very clear with me if what's going on is very serious or if it's not very serious. We're kind of in a, what do you call it? Just kind of in a state of nothing right now, you know. The problem stems from when I went to the ER last week. They wanted to do some CAT scans, right? And I didn't know this until the urologist told me this a couple days later. When they do CAT scans, they usually use stuff called contrast. It's like that clear dye, right? And when they inject the contrast in you, it helps light things up on the x-ray that they're looking for, whatever. Well, when they did the CAT scan in the ER on me the other week, they didn't use contrast, and the nurse she told me that. I mean, they put an IV in my hand, top of my wrist rather, and she said that the government has put a mandate on contrast, so they can't just use it any old time they want. It has to be an emergency situation. And I thought it was kind of wild because I was in an emergency room, and the stuff that was happening to me, I felt was an emergency, without going into too much detail. And but I was there and I was under their care in the emergency room. Everybody was really nice. We were there for over 5 hours. That took a long time. My wife was more aggravated than anything because, she was, there's no sense in us sitting here. I said, look, honey, there's people in front of us. We just have to do what we can. Hey, hippie, how you doing, man? Thank you for chiming in on the chat. And so anyway, the nurse told me when I finally got back there, she goes, we're not using contrast because there's a shortage, just like everything else in this country. You can't get anything, right? So they did the CAT scans, and they were so crowded. They had me on a gurney in the hallway. That's how crowded the emergency room was when I was there. I was like, man. And Terry, what's going on, Terry? I went to school with Terry. Hey, man, he says, what's up, Joe? Hope the best with your health. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, we're kind of in a suspended state of animation right now until I get more tests done. But the hardest part, like Tom Petty said, waiting is the hardest part, right? Because you're just left not knowing. So anyway, I go to the emergency room, and they do the CAT scans with no contrast. They just do the scans, and they finally get me to an exam room, and the ER doctor comes back there, and he says that something come up on the scan, and I gotta hang on a second. Something come up on that scan that's not normal. Let's just put it that way. And I'm going to refer you to a urologist for further evaluation. And I said, okay. So that's, when you hear that, you're like, that's weird, but okay. So they give me the paperwork and all that stuff that I need to follow up with. And I think it wasn't the next day, it was the day after. I went to a urologist and got signed in there, and he finally was able to get to me. Everybody's busy, all these doctors are busy. It amazes me how overloaded the hospitals in my area are. Just it's like everybody's going to the hospital, everybody's going to get tests, everybody's getting some kind of treatment. You don't know how overwhelming something is until you get involved with that certain whatever it is. And so I see the urologist, and he tells me, he says, I need to do more scans on you. He says, because they didn't use contrast on your scans at the ER. He said they should have, but they weren't quite sure the urgency of what's going on. They just, they don't know your medical history. They, whatever. He said, so I need to get you some more CAT scans done with contrast. I said, okay. I said, he said, the hard part is getting you back in to get the scans. That's going to be the hard part. He says, because there's so many people in front of you, he says, but I'll do my best to see if I can get you in there sooner. Now, he showed me the x-rays from the ER. He showed me and was telling me what he was concerned about. again, without going into too much detail, because there's no sense in me going into very, very much detail about it, because I don't know the full depth of the situation yet myself. So there's no sense in me saying a whole lot about it when I don't really know. So he's got me scheduled, and thankfully it's on a Friday. So he's got me scheduled to go back to get some more CAT scans done. Not tomorrow, but next Friday. That should be the July 1st. And then I go back to the urologist a week later, July 8th, to find out the results, to see if it's something that we can just kind of bypass and just treat with whatever, or if it's going to go the other way and be something very serious. I don't know yet. So that kind of takes the winds out of your sails when it comes to music, and you know, plus the heat, this weather and everything else, you know, and to top it off, I tell you what was rough. When I got back from the ER, one of my little chihuahuas wasn't acting right. She was breathing very heavy, like her breathing was very labored. And our other chihuahua is her sister, so they were, you know, of course, from the same litter, right? But I noticed when we finally got home from the ER the other last week, that she wasn't acting right. And I told my wife, I said, Prissy's not acting right. I said, she's just... I could understand the way she was breathing really fast when we first got home, because she was excited, and that's how dogs do, right? They get excited when you get home. But she was just... and she just kept on doing it. And after about 30 minutes, she was still doing it. And I knew in my mind, I said, oh man, don't tell me what I think is happening is coming to fruition. Please don't let that be happening right now. So because I've had dogs in the past, and I've seen how this process starts. Every animal's different, but it's been kind of similar for me and for my my history with it. I don't know. Anyway, so my wife started to get really concerned about our little dog. She's like, man, what is wrong with her? I said, I don't know. She kept panting, breathing really hard, like she couldn't catch her breath. And so that night, I went into my music room and I did a video. And the video I did was about the rolling microcube. All right. And so I did that video and played the Toto song, Rosanna, or I tried to play it anyway. And so I got done recording that video, and I kind of just put it on the back burner on my channel. I waited because I got done editing the video, and I got done, like, I went to bed. It was like, I don't know, man, it was like 2:30 or 3:30 in the morning. And my dog was still breathing very heavy. One of my little dogs still had that very labored breathing, and my wife was laying there trying to comfort her, you know. Again, this is the same night we got back from the emergency room, right? And so I go to lay down, and my dog, she usually lays down beside my feet at the end of the bed, or in between us, you know. We got little dogs, like I said. And she kept panting real, real hard. And so I was to the point where I couldn't hold I was really tired. So I took my medicine, and I went to sleep. And a couple of times I would wake up and I would look down at the end of the bed, and she was still panting. At first she was sitting up, but when she would lay down, she would sit right back up. She wouldn't lay down on her belly like she always like dogs always do. She wouldn't do that. I knew then what was happening. And so I fell asleep again, and at 10 a.m. the next morning, my wife was yelling my name. I don't mean just, hey, Joe. I mean, she was yelling my name like panic. Like, and man, it scared the living daylights out of me. I was laying there asleep, and just, Joe. I sat up out of bed, and I was reaching under the bed. I was about to grab my shotgun, and I got some other handguns beside me, and I was getting ready to reach for something because, you don't know what to think. And she had, her name was Prissy, had her Chihuahua on the couch, and my wife was getting ready to, in the bathroom, she's going to run her to the vet. And when she went out there, our dog had died. She passed away at 10 o'clock that next morning. So I get home from the emergency room, and I get this news, and then the next morning my dog dies. And it's like, holy crap, man. So to some people that probably isn't a big deal, but for me, a pet has always been a part of the family, So she got her and put her in a blanket, her little doggy blanket, and I drove him to the vet, and we had paid to have her what's it called? And so we can have her ashes and all that stuff. And we've done that with another little dog we had, and so she's supposed to pick her up tomorrow, her remains, cremated, drawing a blank. And so yeah, that was rough, man. It's been a rough, like, almost a rough couple of weeks, so that's why I really haven't done anything. Not that I really go do a lot on this channel anyway. As people that tune into this channel, they already know. I mean, look, man, look where I'm at. I'm in a freaking rig, broke down, or with a blown tire, but they still consider it broke down because you can't drive. Been sitting here for almost 2 hours, and by the time I finally get this load delivered and get home, I gotta go to bed, sleep for a little while, get up, and I got things I have to do Friday, So, Deb Byron says, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry for your loss. Prayers and hugs, our fur babies, our family." Yeah, that's how we've always, that's how I've always been. It's just, but to be fair, if there's a bright side to that, what I just shared with you, she was 12 years old. She lived a long time, and like I said, her sister's still living. We got Chloe, and so, and it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. See, my wife had to leave a day or two after Prissy passed away. My wife had to leave to go help her daughter right down here in Charleston, which I'm right here at it. We're close to their exit, I would imagine, where they live. So she had to come down here last weekend and help her daughter because they just got a house. So that Chloe, the surviving only dog we have left, man, for the whole 3 nights, whenever it got dark, and I would lay down and have Chloe up on the bed with me, and I was trying to comfort her, she would howl. You know how the only thing I can relate it to, this might sound silly, but you remember watching Charlie Brown when you was a kid and Snoopy would be howling like that, real sad kind of? That's what my little dog was doing. And I was like, she would get to the end of the bed and she would howl like this slow, drawn out howl. It was, I mean, it would bring tears to you guys because I knew what she was doing. She was mourning, she was sad, and she lost her sister. And then my wife is like, my wife's always the one at home with the animals. So they say animals have one true master, right? That's That's just what I've always heard. And so my wife being gone made Prissy even more depressed. And so I was like, oh my God, everything I tried to do, I was trying to pet her and went to get her a little treat, you know, and it just wasn't working. My wife got back home yesterday, and that little dog was going crazy, boy. She was just, it was a whole different demeanor, her personality, totally different. Andy Dion, hey Joe, what you doing? Yeah, if I had $1 for every time I heard that, man. Dave Byron, that's a good life, 12 years for a dog. Lots of love in your family. Yeah, man, it's she lived a long time. You know, it don't matter. You can say what you want, but when you lose, it doesn't matter. To me, it's the same level. You lose your pet or a loved one. Your pet is a loved one, you know, or whatever. It's if you don't feel anything when you lose something like that, it's then to me, I don't think you have a heart. You know, if you have people that have pets, but they don't treat them properly, they don't deserve the pets. Not in my book. Pets should be treated just as well as you would your mother, your father, your sibling, your child. They should be treated just as good. You know, they're here for a reason, to bring you comfort. You know, they're not here to be abused and treated like crap. You know, that goes for anybody or anything. Pooh Ninja, nah, man, we got a blown tire back here behind us, and it's and the bad thing is those tires are new tires, brand new tires. Andy says he agrees. Something wrong with people that hurt pets. Yeah, you know those commercials that come on and the sad music starts, and what's that that singer? What's her name? And she does those commercials for only 35 cents a day. You can make sure that these pets have a good life. You know, I have to turn the channel. I can't watch that. You know, I just can't do it. You know, but they make those commercials sad on purpose. You know, I have to get the remote and turn it. I can't watch this, you know. Thank you, Andy. Sarah McLaughlin. Thank you. That's correct. That is correct. Yeah, it's Pooh Ninja. Yeah, man, that's just so it's been a crazy couple of weeks for me, man. Not that you know, I wasn't planning on talking about this, you know, on this stream, but I guess you can only talk about a blown tire for so long, and then you kind of start going over the same information over and over and over. But anyway, so yeah, it's like I said, I go back next Friday to to get another scan, and Friday after that to find out what the big news is. So whenever I find out, y'all will know too. Because everybody that's in here, I consider my friend, you know, my friends. I mean, people take the time to come on this channel and listen to me talk about whatever. That's, you know, people don't have to do that. They can just do whatever else they want to do. But I appreciate everybody being in here and taking the time to comment. Even if you're watching and you're not commenting, thanks for watching. You know, I appreciate that. Oh, Deb, yeah, you know the commercial I'm talking about? She says, I can't watch that either. I can't either. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Well, we got the faith, man. Pooh Ninja says the children, the elderly, and animals, don't mess with them. You shouldn't be allowed in society. Yeah, there's a couple of things that will flip a switch in my head to make me very angry, very quick. And it wouldn't be pretty, and that's you know, an animal being mistreated or a child. You know, that's just nah. Don't want to do that, because it's gonna be bad. Yeah, so all we can do, man, is just take one day at a time right now, and we'll go from there. That's pretty much all we can do. Roadie's Jam Cave, hey, how are you doing, man? He says, I've been lurking. All the best to you, Joe. Thank you, Rodie. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words. It's just how long we've been sitting here waiting on this information or a phone call to let me know when the tire man's coming. 2 hours. An hour and 58 minutes. Can you believe that? To get a tire replaced on this tractor. And then when they call back and when they call me back, he gives you an ETA, right? And the answer is always 60 to 90 minutes. And if they don't show up, give us a call back. My God. So you're kind of stuck, man. Yeah, I mean, you are stuck. You can't just, I'm just going to put it in gear and keep going. You can't. You'll tear up the truck. Everything will get tore up. You can't do that. So, I had somebody ask me that last weekend. Hey, when you blow a tire, can you just keep going? And it depends on the location. If it's on the trailer and you don't have a loaded trailer, it's empty. Yeah, you can get away with that. But if it's on the tractor or trailer and you're loaded, then no, you can't keep going. You gotta stop and call for roadside assistance. And you're waiting on somebody else now, and which is always the most aggravating thing in the world. Bozique, hey Bozique, sorry your truck broke down, Joe. Yeah, man, that's part of trucking, they say, which that's a very cliche answer, but it's true. I mean, it's the truth. Food Ninja says, is he coming from Dallas? God almighty. No, I do know there's a Love's truck stop back that way about 10 or 12 miles. So I would imagine that's where the tire man would come from, but it's been 2 hours now, and I have stopped at that Love's before years ago with a blown tire, and I was there at the shop, and it took over 2 hours for them to replace the tire, and I was there. They didn't have to come find me. I was there, and man, it was horrible. It was horrible. They're just the people my experience from that truck stop back there. Those people were very slow and very lazy, and they just didn't want to do anything. The dog puh, say it ain't so, Joe. Andy Dion says, I used to work for Wingfoot Goodyear truck tires. Hard job doing roadside service. Yeah, it is. Don't get me wrong, I've seen a lot of tire guys change tires, and everybody has their own routine, and a lot of respect to those guys, because that stuff is, like you said, it's not easy. And there was one guy that would come out when he knew your tire size, when he got the information from Penske or whatever, he would come out with the tire already inflated on a brand new rim, and he would just swap it out and just do the impact wrench. He'd have you ready to go in like 5 minutes. It was the most. I was like, why don't everybody else do that like that? He's got his system down, but he's not on this side of where I'm at. Miss Janice Lala, how are you doing? Tire is only flat on the bottom right. No, that tire is blown. That tire is kaboom. It's destroyed. Hey, Rick Hefner, how you doing, man? Quitting James. Oh yeah, it's everybody's in the house. Wow. Hey, man, Rick Hefner. Yeah, man, it's been a long time. I hope you're doing good too, Mr. Hefner. I hope you're doing good. Pooh Ninja says, is the guy making the tire, or does he have to bring it and put on? Yeah, he's supposed to just bring it and put it on the rim, I guess. Like I said, if you're dealing with that truck stop back there that I just mentioned, man, I could be sitting here for 6 hours. Those guys are slow. I don't know who else they're going. I don't know. It depends on what they say when they call me back. Bozique says, it sounds like it's not your first rodeo, Joe. No, unfortunately not when it comes to this. Thanks, Deb and Dave. Thank you for watching. My truck just shut off. I've got to keep it running because it is too hot. Got to keep the air on. That's yeah, there you go, Andy. 11R 22.5 trailer tires on rims, ready to go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. With this tractor, it's a different size. I wrote it down because usually this paper here, you can see this is just my little scrap paper I have, or I've had trailer tires blown in the past, and I write down the information. But yeah, the trailers, it was always a trailer tire, but on this tractor, it's different size altogether because they put different size tires on these new tractors, and it's 275/80R 22.5. Andy, I don't know if that means anything or not, but I don't know, man. Crazy. It's so crazy. Just crazy stuff altogether. But that's the way to do it, though, Andy. Yeah, have them on the rims ready to go. That's how you keep good business right there. Pooh Ninja says, do I get paid hourly or by the mile or by the load? Right now I'm on the clock. Right now. But I do get paid. Man, this guy's awful close. Good Lord, dude. I do get paid by the mile. But as soon as I'm on breakdown, which happened right when I pulled over, I'm on the clock. So, but you don't want to sit here on the clock forever. You want to get your run done so you can get back home, you know. Sitting for a long time, and then, you know, they finally come out here. That's still it's just aggravating, man. You know. But yeah, it's we get paid a bunch of different little ways out, you know, on this job, which is good. But hey, Bumbless, nothing is worse than waiting. Yeah, tell me, man. Golly, I said, my God. So yeah, it's but I have to be honest, I've seen a lot of cars on the side of the road this past week. Tractor trailers. I mean, this heat shows no mercy. You know, no mercy. It's just, when you get out here and it's 100 degrees, the road is twice as hot. You know, so, and these trucks give off so much heat. My God, man. So it's just it's a roll of the dice, really. It's a roll of the dice. Bozique says, back in March I had an ambulance nearly run me off the road. I veered off, hit a massive pothole, and bent 2 of my rims. Roadside assistance from my car insurance company took forever. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. An ambulance nearly ran you off the road. Did they have his lights and sirens on? I'm just curious. I mean, they shouldn't be running you off the road, but Bumbless says could be worse in the day, right? Yeah, it technically it was in the day when this happened. It was let's see, what, 2 hours? Well, yeah, so it was like about 8:15, something like that, you know. So it was still daytime, but it was, you know, getting toward close to sunset, you know. Andy Dion, that's right. Tire pressure can double in high heat. Yeah, man. Heat expands, you know. That's right. It's crazy. Bozique, yes, it did, but he was doing 100 mile an hour the ambulance. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Bozique. That's aggravating. See, wow. I tell you what I don't quite understand. I mean, I do, but I don't. And I noticed this a couple of days ago. I was coming up the interstate, and you go through a work zone before you come into Columbia. Okay? And it's a big interstate project they're doing back there. They're redoing the overpasses. I mean, they got the concrete barrier walls everywhere. You know how, so when you get into a work zone that has those concrete barrier walls, you don't want to break down in there because you can't get off the road. You can't, it just wreaks havoc on everything. So I was coming down through there the other day, and I saw, you know, traffic all of a sudden was just to a stop. And I'm like, oh, it was Sunday. It was Sunday. And, which is odd because Sunday there's no construction going on in that work zone. There's no construction. They do construction 6 days a week, but Sunday it's postponed. So traffic, you know, whatever. And so I'm coming down through there, and I noticed that traffic all of a sudden is just to a stop. And I'm like, what is going on? Not supposed to be no construction. And there was 3 fire trucks in the right-hand lane, and they had their lights on. They had one fire truck here, one up front, and the one in the middle was like this, and he's like over here, like he's in the lane I'm in, like he's just, and I'm like, dude, why do you do that? I mean, and you look over there, and so they're, you know, whatever they're doing, they're on the other side of they're attending to something or somebody on the other side of that concrete barrier wall where all the dirt and stuff is. And I'm like, why are they, I think that's really dangerous. I'm like, dude, you don't need to have that fire truck like this almost blocking our lane off too. I mean, we all know we need to slow down, but I just, you know, there's something I'm missing there. Maybe, I don't know. When you drive all the time, you see stuff like that, and it's like, what is going on here? Is that possible? I don't know. I mean, is that necessary to do it like that? Let's look at the chat real quick. Bumbler says, do I need a tow truck or is it a tire problem? It's a blown tire. Yes, sir. That tire exploded. And so, yeah, we're waiting on the tire man to get here to put a new tire on. We've been sitting here over 2 hours so far. In the boonies in Texas, this is from the Dogpa, if a truck happens, wait a minute, did you leave a couple of words out here? In the boonies in Texas, if a truck happens by a stranger, stops and pulls you from the goalie. I'm lost on that one. Dogpa. Ed B. Metal, 4:20 a.m. in Holland. Greetings, Joe, and everyone listening and lurking. Hey, man, what's going on, Ed B. Metal? I didn't know you were in Holland. Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh, it's starting to rain, man. Oh, man. Don't tell me that. Oh, no. Don't tell me it's about to storm. I saw it lightning back there a minute ago. Don't tell me it's going to storm. Yeah, I understand that, Quentin. I get it. But, man, he was like halfway in this lane. I was like, oh, my God, dude. Maybe he was pulling out, but it didn't look like he was moving. And I'm just like, man. Just makes it hard on big trucks, you know. But, you know, they got to do what they got to do. Oh, I see, Dolph. I see what you're saying, man. I see. Bumbler says, you've been in a heat wave with no rain. Looking, yeah, same here, man. It's a. We could really use some rain. It's been very, very dry, just like it is, I'm sure, everywhere else. It's been very dry. And man, oh well. All we can do is wait. You know what I'm saying? Hope the guy shows up soon. Joe Bozique says, "Yeah, me too, man. I hope so. I hope so too." Man, well, guys, I'm gonna get ready to roll. I just want to go live here for a little bit and just chat with you for a few minutes. Well, it's been almost an hour, so I appreciate you tuning in and participating in the chat. Thank you very much. Helped the time go by a little bit, just sitting here, you know, waiting on roadside to get here. So hopefully it won't be too much longer. I won't take up no more of your time. Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, Bozique. Thank you, everybody who was in the chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm gonna jump off here, and looks like it's about to storm, so at least I'm inside here, right? And we'll talk to you later. God bless y'all. Be safe. Keep rocking, and we'll talk to you next time. All righty. Bye-bye.